friends. Good morning. Ah, I felt the call today to come on here um, without really a clear directive of what I want to speak about. What I'm observing right now is the energy around the eclipse. I'm not personally so often involved with the astrological events. I tend to be aware of them, but I always go of my own experience. Right now, though, we have just entered into eclipse season, and the energy that we are experiencing right now is incredibly potent. I'm experiencing this myself. The people who speak about the eclipses, the astrologers, um, have highlighted that this eclipse is conjunct, I think, with Chiron, the wounded healer. It is in the south node, which is the karma, the history in this life and past lives, the baggage that we bring forth today. And what I have witnessed for myself in the energies is that this is very present in the energies right now. The traumas that we have been bringing with us is making themselves known. It's making themselves conscious. And I have myself had a journey into one of my core traumas this morning. And what it made me really want to speak about is I often speak about bringing love, bringing understanding, and I really want to emphasize that this doesn't mean that we're not diving into the pain of being a human in this lifetime. I find often that spiritual teachers that I have followed, listened to, learned from, especially those who teach non-dualism, often haven't necessarily had the type of mental struggle that I myself have experienced. So I think it's important to really bring to awareness that it is fully and completely possible to have an experience of a deep darkness. And very possible to come out on the other side of that. And we can use love for this purpose. The one thing that assists us in diving into the darkness and getting out on the other side, doing the shadow work, is knowing how to hold the light, to, and we can say this in so many different ways. You can say it as holding the light, you can say it as remembering love, you can say it as staying present, or keeping your consciousness awareness wide. You can, so many different ways to put this one key thing. Which is why it's the most important thing that I keep coming back to for myself, and what I keep sharing here, feeling called to share here. We are everything at once. We are the one being that is experiencing all of it. And we are also the individual consciousness that is holding a memory, holding mental patterns that is defining our experience in this life. We are both. And we have to accept that we are both. We have to understand that we are both. So when we dive into, when we have the experience of remembering something that made our physical human self feel threatened, we can remember and hold both experiences at once. We can remember that this memory is not reality. It is no longer happening. And we can hold ourselves in our experience of that memory, of the feelings. This is something that is so key to understand if we want to live our lives full out. Is to understand that we are both. We get to have this human experience. So when the difficult, painful stuff comes up, we can bring love to it, because we can also see that we are the whole thing. And to me, it feels like being a parent to myself, being a universal, and oh, this is really funny because now I'm using terms that a friend of mine created, but it's so incredibly true. Universal parent, the cosmic parent to my human self. We can remember that the human is here to have this experience of the duality, of the ups and downs, all of the things. And we can ooze love into the experience that is feeling hard. And we can allow ourselves to feel that which feels hard. And at the same time, there is that awareness, that it's not so serious. We like to think that everything is right here, right here. My experience that is happening right now is all there is. Understanding that we are both allows us to remember that it's not so serious. It's not all just right here. It's actually all of it at once. And it is beautiful in its own way. It's beautiful that we get to have this experience, this journey, this path of learning. Everything that we do, everything that we experience is happening for our evolution, for our growth, for our understanding, for our expansion of consciousness, for our understanding this exact fact, which is that we are both. We are the human that experiences suffering, but once we understand that we are also the one being having all of the experiences, the suffering becomes objective. It doesn't necessarily change, but the perspective changes, and that shifts everything, changes everything. Because it's no longer so serious. It's just sensation. And this is where we find our understanding of our power. When we understand that our tricky, sticky, uncomfortable experiences doesn't rule us, that when we understand that we can experience them and not get attached to them, when we can experience them and shower them in love, shower ourselves in love, we understand that we can shift anything. We change anything. It is our thoughts and our emotions that guide our whole experience. And it's the sticky ones that makes it hard to move forward. They're keeping us in a narrative, in a story. So when we understand that we are both, when we can see ourselves from a different perspective, the narrative changes. The narrative is no longer a thing. We can simply let it go. And then we can write whatever story we like. We can do anything. So whatever appears in our experience over the eclipse season, use it as an opportunity. Use it as whenever it appears. Use it as an opportunity to give yourself love. And it's the experience of love that allows us to see the perspective of being both. When we open to our human experience, we get to understand that we are not just the human experience. We are. And that is where our power lives. Unlimited. Unlimited power. Beautiful, creative power. Sanna.